Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to our poor Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Kal Halalim Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. That's in the ancient Hebrew, saying all praises to Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Yahweh is the correct name for the God of the Bible, who the world ignorantly call praises to Yahweh, Jehovah, God, or Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. The true name for the God of the Bible in the Hebrew is Yahweh, and his son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai. I want to give the honors unto our elders and apostles of great milestone, and shalom to all the brothers and out there pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, to all that believe in this gospel. Shalom. This lesson is against the topic, strive lawfully. It's from a precept in the book of Timothy, 2 Timothy. We'll go and read God's willing. But I was watching this video, discussion about this video, and then I'm not finished watching it yet still, but as you can see, the link is in the description box. I'm the brother Marcolat from our camp. It says love to suffer, want to suffer. As his channel name is James 5 Precepts JA. Now I believe maybe majority, if not all, brothers when them first hear the saying here, they have a love for suffer. Like what? And I said, well, with nobody, like who the hell don't want to suffer? But that was sign up for. You see me, and the longer we're there and the more side he with us, the more we see where it's necessary. A quick example is like going to the gym. Going to the gym is like you're pushing your body under pressure, suffering. But at the end of the day, that's the only way you're gonna build. All right. So let's have a love. Let's be at peace with the will of the Most High, because that's the necessary part we have to take. What's that precept? Something there. Second Ezra, the 7th chapter. Yeah, but I want to take it from the point of strive lawfully. So we in this video, we're going to suffer, but we're going to have to suffer for righteousness sake. You have people suffer, like they maybe dip on the low and grab a bank and then get locked up. So me salt or whatever. No, you see me. The scripture said, "Thou shalt not steal." So when we suffer, we have to basically suffer for righteousness sake. We know suffering is inevitable, as we go to here in the book of Acts, chapter 14, verse 22. It says, 21, it says, and when they had preached the gospel to that city and had taught many, they returned again to Lystra and to Iconium and to Antioch, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It's all about the tribulation. Let's get a definition of tribulation here from Google. Tribulation is a cause of great trouble or suffering. And that's it, yo. And you say what? Through much tribulation. So through much great trouble or suffering, we're going to enter the kingdom of heaven. Holy for misfortune and all of that, yo. Will purify us unto that day. Second precept here would be second Ezra 7 and Psalm 17. It says, then answered I and said, O Lord, that bearest rule, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things, but that the ungodly should perish. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for wide. For they that love, so for they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. So at the end of the day, everybody else suffer. You see, nobody now escape. What a way I suffer for. Are you suffering? Are you suffering because you commit adultery and a man come in your house and catch up on your wife and chop you up? Are you suffering because you go do some crime against the state because of whatever situation, right? Or are you suffering because you teach this gospel and you know we basically get charged with sedition? Are we suffering because people don't like it because we speak the truth? You know, right? So there's ways of suffer, yo. But we're supposed to be on the right side, yo. That which is which is commanded of us. A precept came to mind. I wish I said this. Um, when I go to the book of John, chapter 10 and 1, it says, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. It says, but he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. You know, and the scripture says, sorry. It says, scripture says this. It says, let me see, Matthew 7 and verse 13. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which which go in thereat. And you look up the word straight here, you go back to basically difficult, something difficult, hard to obtain. Straight, a narrow passage of water connecting seas or to other large areas of water, which basically is like like Suez Strait of Hormuz. But I want to get a different definition. Here it is. Two. We of course we know if it's straight of water, but even a straight is basically a difficult area to go through. Otherwise, from a open water, you know. But I really wanted this one too. It says used in reference to a situation characterized by a specified degree of trouble or difficulty. That's the one we really wanted. That is what the straight gate Yahusha is referring to, a difficulty, right? Which go back to even second Ezra 1, sorry, second Ezra 7 verse 1 on down. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. You know, and that's it. Because the scripture says people will follow after that straight gate, tell really why them do it. Let me see. Is it this? Yeah, and, no, think of 9 then. Give me a minute. Yeah. This is Second Ezra 9, start at 1. It says, then shall they be in. Hey, I start at verse 7. So I'm bringing for the point. So Second Ezra 9, verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, and the scripture says, I will show you my faith by my works, and by believing, right, we actually turn from evil and we suffer because of that. I'm going to give you the precept real quick, Isaiah 59, and I think of verse 15. Isaiah 59, 59 verse 15. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey, and that suffering in this life. For example, we no longer go church, the conventional church. We no longer in enough Rastafarian. We're no longer of this world or speak of this world. Your family desert, your family think you're mad, you know. Right? Maybe your woman cut out, take the pit and then put it on child support, you know, right? Your friends them desert you, all of that, that's we departing from evil, make yourself a pray. People know start, them take a disadvantage and mock you, them chat shit, you know, right? It says, on the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. So that's the point we want to make in regards to here when it says um yeah, 7, when you say by the works after parting from this evil world and start suffering because of that. But people are off this world, then get abused. Like for example, these celebrities, them say, oh, me I struggle, me I go through hardship. What kind of hardship I go through? They want to get some fame, so you basically sell out. I know that the industry use it like a whore. That's not righteousness. And that's not striving lawfully. Striving lawfully would be a man where, him go through the dirt, him do it the right way, and struggle for reach the top, you know. But some people just want to do it the easy way, which end up get them destroyed. Verse 8 says, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments, time of Jacob's trouble. It says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. So this world, if we rebel against the Most High, receive benefits. But even by receiving those benefits, a lot of them still suffer. Why? Because they don't have a peace of mind, and them still subject to the curses. Them try to escape it, but you can't escape it, right? And them sell out, them sacrifice this, them indulge in this, them indulge in that all manner of evil just to try if you like. For example, a nigga will promote witchcraft just to get famous, but if you do that, you have to mix up and mingle with some evil spirits where deteriorate you, destroy you. So yo, me salty man, blah 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 blah. Why you salt? You see me? Cause you're meds in wickedness. But even us, laws in the hopeful like way, I try to do the right thing, we're gonna suffer too. But the suffer we suffer is for righteousness' sake, which that's what the most I look forward for. It says, and they that have loved my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. And that's the point we want to bring across. Um, so back to Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, so the difficult gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be that which go in there, right? So no for go the gate will look, all of the fame and glory and quick reward, but yet them still suffer for obtain it. But would it be rewarding at the end of the day? No, they're gonna get destroyed. So it's almost much me have to do for do this, much struggle, man, struggle to get this like so-called artists or celebrities or whatever. Yeah, you suffer. But the suffer you suffer, was it righteous suffering? Did you hold fast your integrity? Or did you do some abominable act or sell out some of your friend them or whatever? Is it right in the sight of the Most High? It's not, then your suffering is vain. Right? And as you see him here, in this show, is whatever we suffer, whatever we go through, it have to be according to the word of the Most High. We can't go out and say, oh, in that your workplace, we say, oh, the Most High hate Esau and Esau going to slavery. And you lose your job and so, oh, see them, me, I suffer, Like the fuck? Nigga, you ain't have to do that shit, you see me, that no require, right? So we have to suffer righteousness, you see me? Taking the law, for example, you maybe I get persecuted in your workplace, scoffed, mocked, overlooked at times when like promotion supposed to take place. Because maybe whatever reason, most time we put spirit on people, or them know see a bank on them, man. That's what them call it out here. You get fight. But if you react, is the man cause of your workplace or whatever, you lose. Is the man right? And you lose a job or whatever, maybe get arrested or put your if it's say physically assaulted someone, then that's not suffering righteously. By the time I come on, we're gonna get to prison sentence. So you say the devil shall cast some of you into prison. But why are we gonna get cast into prison? For this word. That's suffering righteously. But if I'm gonna look on you and say, oh, so come out or this and you thump him in the face, you see me? That's not suffering righteously. Suffering righteously is when we do something with the most I tell we, and because of what him tell we get in a trouble for it. You see me? Because this society is against the words of the Most High. Right? It says, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, so just to read about this, John chapter 10, verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, right? So if you don't go through the straight gate, but climb it up some other way, the same as a thief and a robber, and you're going to get kicked the fuck out. So if we strive, we have to strive lawful, we have to strive. Yeah, we can't dodge your suffering. You see me? We can't shape your suffering or whatever you will. It's inevitable. So that's why we just have to embrace it. Hence, have to suffer. We can't escape it, yo. It is what it is. It's necessary at the end of the day. Easier said than done, but it is what it is. It says, but he that entereth in by the door is a shepherd of the sheep. The right way. Right? Let me see. So I think that was done. One more I get is this is First Peter 4 verse 1. For as much then as Yahushua had suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that had suffered in the flesh had ceased from sin. For example, um, even like we can testify for like certain job opportunities. Sometimes we do it within the moment. Most of the spirit powers to do it in the moment until maybe a couple months or years after you say, oh shit, like brothers, me brothers always say your brothers couldn't be so called rich in this world and have certain resources, but sacrifice it for this ministry. I say, yeah, it's not true. You see, because certain opportunities come along our way for you, but we still weird and take away from the ministry, you know. For example, you may not have a eve of a woman. You see, me never, we can testify for this. We have that time. You see, where when we just come into this video, is like everything will go away, and and majority of female meet who want me, them have man. You see me, and the one them where you see me is like I say, yo, no, it's me no want. You see me, and you have to go through that period of not having certain pleasures, because what I'm committing adultery. Because if I deal with one of them woman, they will have man, that's adultery, and that's death, that's wickedness. So it's supposed to either suffer in the flesh and cease from sin. This is an example. Because the flesh, as the scripture said, the flesh lusted unto envy, which go back to the breaking the law, sin. By restraining yourself from that, you suffer. But guess what? You suffer for righteousness' sake. You're striving lawfully. No man, I did this, man, no man. You see me? No, maybe that work. You see me? And then I really no funds, And you say bringing food and the food abominable. We're going to eat it? No. No, for a Christian will provide. You see me? So again, you suffer. And these are just some simple examples. Maybe you dip on a low financial low and the job opportunities they want to come to you. Maybe if you left the country, no longer can teach his ministry. They say, oh no, no, I did that. You see me, so you're stuck in one we call financially low situation. So you're suffering, but you're suffering for righteousness sake. You strive righteously instead of denying our first love or forsaking our first love, I should say. Reading about verse 2, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High. That's what we do, yo. That's striving lawfully, not going after the desires of the flesh, denying the flesh to the most part. We feel a lot, you know. But our main mindset now is pleasing the Most High, where the Most High say, oh, me supposed to react, how me supposed to behave myself, right? Verse 3, for the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, ravelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. And funny thing, even speaking to someone yesterday, is me I say, me understand you, is me and the person I say, yeah, but you start them don't know nothing about me. I say, well, yes, I can't blame me for that because the thing is, we are not of this world. People not gonna understand. People not gonna wait with. People not gonna agree when we speak. With words going to sound bizarre to people. As I said, them think it's strange. Like, who you? You see me? And them speak evil. Them see you mad. Them see you buck out. Right? But again, it is what it is, and that's suffering righteously versus a man where literally could do all sort of madness. Is in like some wayward conspiracy theorist nigga. We speak the truth, we speak chariots are come, so-called UFOs. The Lord is a so-called black man, the most I hate Esau, the so-called white race. Yes, the scripture said this, yes, the scripture said that. No, the most I know with that. When we say these things here, because this world is full of deceit and lie and wickedness, it basically people don't know them so man. People like it's strange, foreign. What the hell are you talking about? Because they have drifted so far from truth, from ethics. right? And that's striving lawfully. No, we're doing the right thing and I suffer because of it. Versus doing things of the earth, of the world, and getting problem with the world, and you don't want to get in a problem with the Most High. Seriously, it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the Most High. Let's see. All right. We can top that there. Uh, this is the main point. This is from Salakia. Second Timothy chapter 2, verse 1. Though therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahweh Mashiach, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. It's all about endure hardness. And as a soldier, 'cause we're gonna come to this time as well, when we'll be captured, some of us will be captured and forced to take the chip, But it's like a soldier get captured and they must say, oh, tell me which part XYZ are and I try to give you. I try to take from you. Um extract from you crucial information for you from your army or your team, and they maybe waterboard you, torture you, just to get the information. Right. Similar, them go and torture us, if we get also take the chip, deny our shy. So we have to endure the hardness, endure the suffering. A part of it, is these people, coming up against us. You talk truth and you get hated. Hold that. Their own people saying believing in the Bible and all right, cool. As soon as they start bringing up Bible, people start hate you and turn away from you. And you say, what? What? You see me? Well, long ago there, you understand these things. I know these people are hypocrites, and the spirit step on them like that too. Says verse 4, no man that word entangled himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who had chosen him to be a good soldier. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned except he strive lawfully. That's the main point, yo. You can't get salvation if we don't go through this the right way, you know. Hey, but one nigga say, "Yo, me never hear the brothers testify." I think me hear people say that for true. All them just wait until the last minute. If it's, "Oh, God forgive me," and then all is well, and then get saved. Not so, yo. You see me? There's a way to do this thing, yo. You have to go through it, have to go through through the struggles from early, before that destruction come, before that last minute, but you call upon God and get saved. We have to strive lawfully, yo. And striving lawfully means say, yo, you're gonna come out for us, yo, teaching this word, gonna get hated, gonna get separated from the society. That's striving lawfully. It's not no hearing this word and go bury it, because of fear of losing whatever things in this world. The scripture says, he that seek to save his life shall lose it, but he that lose his life for my sake, the same shall find it. Again, that's striving lawfully. And the last precept I have on deck here would be First Peter 4. I'm going to skip down now to verse 12. Beloved, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Yahweh's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. If ye be reproached for the name of Yahushai, happy are he, for the spirit of glory and of Yahweh rested upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer. So we're not supposed to murder people, yo. You see me? Getting a gun and then no ghetto. You see me? Let's use the word term ghetto still call people murder people everywhere. But we're not supposed to crime, drugs deal and that madness, and get catch and shit, you see, I suffer brother, then catch me just because me they try make up money, feed my family now. You see me? Says, but let none of you suffer as a murderer. We're not even supposed to depend on that. Or, or as a thief, no scamming, one of the main thing in Jamaica right now. Just give an example. It says, or as an evildoer. Right? So evil just go against the scriptures. This is a sum up, evil. That which is wrong against the scriptures, right? It says, or as a busybody in other man's matter. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, which word Christian here go back to what? A believer in the anointed, a believer in Yahushai. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, right, a believer in the Messiah, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify Yahweh on this behalf. So if we are suffer, we're supposed to suffer as a believer in Yahweh Shai. We're supposed to see that this is the reason why this man suffer. Like Yahweh Shai. Why did Yahweh Shai get crucified? You know, because him come and him do the will of the Most High. Why did Stephen get crucified? Well, not crucified, but stoned, because him talk the truth. You know, versus other men like I can't remember the name of the like someone who basically go up against Roman authority, and them get fucked. Is I mean them one them not suffer righteously because there's no law that says you're supposed to go up against. It could actually speak different. Romans 13, it's supposed to look for rise up no sedition against Esau or up overthrow Esau. You're mad. That's what Yahusha is coming for. You see me? So if we get caught in that, get locked up or get put to death, that's not striving lawfully. Our duty is to prophesy, and the more side of the rest. You see me? Right. So yeah, I hope this test is edifying, until you let go there. Yeah, shalom mak. You see me? About Shemi Shai, about Shemi Kakarash Bakata, shalom mak Yarame. You see me? Hope this test is edifying until you let go there. Giving our praises to our poor how about Shemi Shai, about Shemi Kakarash. The one is unto our elders and apostles of great millstone. Shalom to the full like shalom.